Hello, everybody. This is Daniel. Welcome back to Gamestingr. So today we have Jeff, we have Reese here, and we have a few interesting topics to talk about. We're going to talk about some next-gen consoles, and I have one right here in my lap, and I have another one right next to me. But before we get to that, I'm actually going to unbox one of these two. But before we get to that, we're going to talk about an interesting new game, an AEW game, a new wrestling game. That was just unveiled like a day or two ago. So it's really interesting, and it's made by a classic wrestling developer that a lot of old school wrestling fans, might be aware of and might have some good memories of. So I'll just bring it over to Jeff. By the way, guys, if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button for more Gamestinger content, weekly podcasts, gameplay videos, and all kinds of gaming content. And the console I'm holding here, this one might be given away in a giveaway. So I'm just going to pass this over to Jeff so he can lay the groundwork for this one.
Okay, so yeah, AEW just announced a couple of mobile games. One is going to be on console. They didn't show too much. We got a little bit of a trailer. But I think the big takeaway from this is the developers and how they're making it. And so you guys might know a little bit more about this. I've heard about Ukes and their involvement with wrestling games, but I'm not that familiar with it. I think maybe you and Reese might be able to explain it a little bit better.
I think they were part of 2K, what made the WWE wrestling games, and they left, I think, in April, when the 2020 WWE game completely was messed up the year before, and then they cancelled this one because they left and didn't know what to do by the looks of it. So they've been hired by AEW to make their game.
Wow.
So they left after the WWE 2K fiasco?
Yeah.
2K20.
I think it was in April.
Right.
Because there must have been like something going on within the company at the time, and I think they did most of the work on their games, but they were just like tired from doing it because they had to do it one every year, didn't they? And the games just got worse and worse every year. And it just must have been them leaving what made it go that bad.
Yeah, I mean WWE 2K20 is an all-time great fiasco, perhaps the worst game release of all time. It's definitely up there, top 3 for sure.
And there was actually rumors ages ago that Yikes were making a different wrestling game, but it just never came to mind that they would have been doing this game.
Now, was Ukes working on the old WCW games, or no? Actually, no. They worked on WWF No Mercy. Is that right?
I'm not sure.
I think it was both of those. I think it was because those two N64 games. What was the other N64 one?
So we had a bunch of them. We had WWF No Mercy. We had WWF WrestleMania 2K, I believe. And then we had the WCW games, the WCW World Tour and NWO Revenge, I believe.
Yeah, that's the other one I was thinking of.
Ukes might have been involved with those. I kind of forget now, but I think they might have been involved with some, if I'm not mistaken.
This is where we need James. James would know this.
Yeah, he actually wrote a piece on the site talking about the best and the worst wrestling games of all time, so he definitely knows. He definitely knows
was his top, I think.
His top, I think, was No Mercy, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think so.
I believe it was No Mercy. Maybe you can just look it up quickly, Jeff, if you can on Google, just to see if did Ukes work on WWF No Mercy. I'm just curious about that. But regardless of that, this is very interesting. I mean, there was a trailer that was released just, I believe, 2 days ago. So AEW held an event like 2 days ago. I believe it was on Tuesday. So actually 3 days ago. Wait, was it on Tuesday or Wednesday, Reese? I think you watched it live.
Yeah, Tuesday.
Yeah, it was on Tuesday. And can you just tell us a little bit about what they did at that event? You watched it live.
They did, like, I think it was an Apple kind of event. Like, they took the mick out of an Apple event. They were all wearing like jeans and like black turtlenecks. and it was just
Okay.
it was very weird. I remember that bit more than the actual game stuff they showed off. So I don't know if that was the idea, because if it wasn't, it was like a bad idea to do that. You remember actually what they were doing rather than the actual announcements.
That's funny. I think Apple had an event either Tuesday or Wednesday as well. So probably a reason why they were trying to steal Apple's thunder, because Apple released their new MacBook Pros and MacBook Airs.
It was Kenny Omega doing the most of it, like. But they did have Britt Baker, Audrey, and Cody Rhodes in it.
Right.
All dressed up and had glasses on and everything. It was quite funny.
I see here that they actually worked on the SmackDown series, if I'm not mistaken.
SmackDown, Royal Rumble, Pro Wrestling 2.
Right. So sorry guys, I was mistaken. So they did work on the SmackDown series, but the SmackDown series on the PS2 were also highly, highly popular, very fun to play, a little more arcadey than perhaps some of the N64 stuff, but highly, highly popular, very, very addictive, very, very fun. A lot of people still play those games on the PS2 even to this day. So Ukes definitely has a lot of experience, and you can see they worked with THQ, I believe, on a lot of those games on the PS2. So definitely a lot of experience, and I think that this is a good thing for AEW because they're getting a company that has a ton of experience, and Reese was saying before they were getting a little burned out by releasing these games year after year for WWE. WWE, and they were getting a little burned out, and that only figures. I think this is a topic that we touch a lot on, especially Jeff, because he's the indie gamer, and his whole reason for existing is to hate on AAA titles, at least sometimes, not all the time. And how big companies try to release games year after year after year that are the same, but
like this.
Yeah. Right? Year after year after year.
Yeah.
And it makes sense that the game isn't new. It's not really anything groundbreaking. You're not gonna find anything all that different from the previous season, and a company can get burned out. And as you can see, WWE 2K20 was a massive clusterfest. So
they're
not even credited for that. So
they're not. So did they leave before?
2K owned them, so it was just like 2K's doing it, but technically it was Yikes doing it. I think I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so
definitely,
we don't want to say anything where
got fired at WWE just for using that team.
Oh, interesting.
Real fast.
Okay, well,
who the hell is that?
AJ Styles.
AJ Styles. The phenomenal AJ Styles. Come on, Jeff.
Okay.
Come on, Jeff. Get with the program.
I knew every other thing on this, and then I've never seen that person ever.
AJ Styles? Oh, he's great.
Still pretty newish in WWE, past couple of years, 3 years.
Oh, that's
4 years.
probably why.
He came to WWE, I believe, Royal Rumble 2016.
Yeah. Oh, was it 2016? I thought it was 18. But it must be well too early. That.
I think it was 2016. I wasn't watching it religiously before like 2018.
I think I'm thinking 18 was when he had probably my favorite match. That's what I'm thinking. 18.
Right, because I think in 2016 he had a match against Chris Jericho at WrestleMania, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm not sure. It's just it seems this. I've watched it since probably that time, the pay-per-views, and it seems too similar for the whole journey since then.
I like Chris Jericho's rock album.
It's good.
Yeah,
I like that as well.
Fozzy.
Yeah,
Fozzy's awesome. You gotta watch Chris Jericho's entrance in AEW to Judas. It's one of the best things in wrestling. Like he just comes out
when there's a crowd though.
Yeah, when there's a crowd. Oh yeah. Because when there's no crowd, it's not quite the same. But he just comes out and he just soaks it in. The crowd is singing the lyrics to Fozzy,
yeah.
And now it's a small crowd, mainly just wrestlers. But it's
quite
really
funny the first one when they started singing it, because you could see his face. He was trying to be serious, but you could just see a smile go on his face because he realised like his songs are getting sung on it, and that would never happen in WWE.
No. Which is interesting because WWE is now kind of trying to regain that kind of thunder with Elias, but it's because they're letting Elias do his thing, but it's not in the same realm as Chris Jericho. It's just, in my opinion, it's just plain old bad. But let's stay on the AEW topic. So yeah, so they released besides that event, they also released a game trailer for AEW, and we can see it's I believe it's really early in the process, so it's
Very
not
arcadey looking.
It looks very arcadey. That's right. The characters are a little kind of big and perhaps very muscular or very kind of bulky. It looks arcadey, but you can just get a little sense of what the game is going to be. It's hard to really judge it one way or another. There is not a ton there to really go on. And here's the video right now. Jeff, I think, is playing. He's playing. There's an ad there, and you can see there's Kenny Omega. There's Chris Jericho. They got the beer gut going on for Chris Jericho. So kudos to Ukes on that one. But we can just see that it looks a little arcadey, but I'm not sure that this is even actual gameplay, right? This might just be kind of like
early.
Yeah, that's right.
And is this,
so
could this be the mobile version?
No, this is the console.
This is the console version?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
The mobile games are going to be like, one of them is like a team management type thing, and the other one is like a casino game or something.
Okay. And by the way, this says No Mercy right here. It says Ukes, who are responsible.
The game developer who was behind No Mercy is making this game.
Yeah.
So I think the confusion might lie that Ukes was affiliated with THQ, which worked on all those games. And I'm not sure if they get direct credit or indirect credit for some of those, or AKI. And it's rumored they're working the team from AKI. Okay, so AKI was the one that was working on No Mercy.
Yep.
All right. So this is a rumor. That would be awesome because like, look, the WWF games on N64 and the WCW games are the best wrestling games ever made. They are just fun overall games. Like for anybody, they're just fun. They're just really fun and addictive. They're just really awesome. And one of the things about that is the whole grappling system. It's perhaps it's a little outdated right now. Perhaps it's a little old school. But the grappling system really made for this kind of fun, linear-ish kind of gameplay. So you kind of knew what to expect during a wrestling match in those games. Whereas today, you can watch some gameplay videos of WWE 2K20, 2K19. There's a lot of randomness that seems to happen. It just seems to be a little all over the place. Moves kind of like just seem random. Like limbs kind of pop up where they're not supposed to. It's a little jumbled up. And I think that whole old kind of like, what do you call it? Like the gameplay that we used to have in WWF No Mercy, I think that kind of minimizes the risk for some of those bugs and whatnot that we see in the games today. But I don't know if you guys really play those games, so I don't know if you guys really know what I'm talking about. But those games were just really awesome. I just absolutely loved all those games.
No, I grew up with the N64.
What is going on?
I grew up with the N64 and the PS1, PS2 wrestling games, and that's when I was really into it, and I loved it. You make your own.
That's what we got.
And you'd make your own. You make your own wrestler and stuff, and set your own walkout music and stuff. Like that was the days.
It was awesome. Those games. You didn't have to be a wrestling fan to enjoy those games. They were just plain fun. Oh, what's going on there? Oh, Seth Rollins getting attacked. You can't do that. That's the Monday Night Messiah. That's a sin.
This is bad. This came out in 2020 or 2019.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, but like, yeah, this is, like I said, this is on the all-time greatest, screw ups in the video game world. This is up there. It's really one. It's actually a piece of art. Or that's how bad it is. It's just
They
like
always
people
have
just play
loads
the
of
game for the glitches.
microtransactions on as well.
What are they back?
So you could put loads, and probably they have loads in this game. And imagine paying more than what you're actually paying for this game.
How is that even? It's just unbelievable that something like this could happen.
Oh
They did,
man, I
Battlegrounds
remember
after this,
watching
didn't
these
they?
videos last year. I was just, yeah.
They did Battlegrounds this year. That was their latest game.
Which I don't think it didn't really do a lot. It didn't do a lot. Like it didn't cause a big stir or anything.
No, that had too much microtransactions as well, so you can't really enjoy it that much, can you?
Right. Oh, look at that. She just went through the ropes. That was actually kind of creepy. That was weird, man. But yeah, so back on the AEW game topic. So yeah, look, to me it's reassuring that they're working with some people that were involved with WWF No Mercy. I think there's definitely room for a good wrestling game to make some ground because like we said, WWE 2K20 sucked ass. It was really bad. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of good wrestling games. So a good wrestling game could not only have a big impact in terms of like actual game sales, but it could actually also propel AEW somewhat. Because look, I remember back in the day playing those WCW games. Like I didn't get WCW here in Canada. It was just not something that I got at least until later on. But we got the games, right? And so I started playing the games. I love the games; they were awesome. So then I'm like, wow, WCW is really awesome. I got to get into this. So it hyped me up more for the actual wrestling as well, just because I love the game that much.
Yeah, real fast before we move on. This is a great quote, not a great quote, but it's interesting. It says that we are aware that our creators are beginning to lose sight of their passion and confidence and becoming focused only on completing assigned tasks. That's when you know your game's in trouble.
Yeah. Right.
So hopefully with this new one, you'll see that passion and confidence again, because that's depressing.
That's what a lot of wrestlers even say when they join AEW. A lot of them have said that they've lost the passion in WWE.
Wow.
So it's not just the games; it's all around. It's true though.
Are the other sports games that 2K make up to scratch these days, or are they behind as well?
I think they did some of the UFC games.
Yeah. Well, the NBA is it?
And then NBA,
2K.
NBA.
Which isn't.
I don't know. I don't play him.
I mean, as like a functional level, like the NBA 2K games, like they play fine.
I read today that they had advertisements on the loading screens.
Yeah, and
that's
then like
that's crazy.
Yeah, and if you go like to the yard and you're running around and like you can jump in games with other people, like in the background they'll have like big banners and stuff, and like when Kobe died, like when you went in they'd have like a big mural on the side of a building and stuff. Like it's really interesting how they like keep that updated, and they'll throw up ads and stuff. And so yeah, I mean the NBA 2K games, like it's kind of like the Madden thing, but at the same time, like it hasn't fallen this bad yet. Like Madden is annoying, but nothing like that.
Give it like maybe 2 years.
Probably next year.
Yeah, it feels like all them games, like the ones that come out yearly, are just slowly dying. But the only one I can think of is still okay is Call of Duty. That's it. I don't know how they're doing it. Oh, like they're two different teams are doing it every year, so that's probably how they're doing it. But with FIFA, Madden, NBA, 2K, all of them are doing it every year.
They're
and if you're doing something like that every year, it will get on your nerves, or just get boring, and you'll lose all your passion for it.
That's exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
it only makes sense, guys, because like a lot of people get into video game creation or they say what they're creators. So a lot of people get into it because they have passion. They love this. Like we love video games, right? And once you start doing the same thing all the time, right, it really starts to grate on you. It starts to grind you down. And then the product you're going to put out there is going to reflect that level of passion. Like it's going to reflect what you and the rest of the team feels, and you're going to see it in the video game. And this is what we saw. It was unbelievably crap, and it makes a lot of sense in a lot of ways. Now the funny thing about this whole 2K thing is that we're actually, well, I am looking forward to if ever 2K is able to get back the NFL license, which is funny because we're talking about Madden, and I would actually like 2K to be able to make NFL games again.
NFL 2K5. That's like the best game ever made.
Yeah, that's right. So I would like to see that happen again.
Wouldn't it be better if they just say release one and just kept on updating it? Like they do with Battle Royales now.
Yeah, but I mean, if you can get them to spend $60 every year, and then
but at some point you're not going to be able to if they keep on making.
Don't worry.
So this is what Pro Evolution Soccer.
You'll keep buying it. It's not one customer. I'll keep making it just for you.
This guy.
So this is what Pro Evolution Soccer did this year, guys. They didn't release a full new game, and they actually charge, I think, people half, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere in that region. Pro Evolution Soccer is a competitor to FIFA, and so they release games year after year, just like FIFA. But this year, because of the COVID and whatnot, they really half-assed it. But instead of just charging people full price, they say, you know what, guys, this is a half-assed project that we're putting out, so it's not gonna run you the $60 or $70 that it usually does, which I thought was a really nice, kind of transparent, a very fair thing to do. Because if you're going to charge half price for what is essentially an update instead of a new game, I think that's okay. I could get on board with paying that. Yeah. It's more when you have to pay the full price for an actual game that is not really a new game, right? It's just like it hurts me inside. I feel like I'm being cheated. It makes me feel a little dirty inside. I don't like it.
Like if every year, if Madden was like, hey, we're going to add this feature. Hey, there's practice squads now. Hey, you can do this. And then they uploaded the new roster and they're like $20. I'd be like, fucking okay. It's like,
right.
Just get on that kind of schedule. And then you can maintain the constant updates. So you can just throw in a feature. You don't have to wait a whole year to throw in a new feature. And then just update the roster and then boom, you're good to go. Because just making me pay $60 every year for the same thing, but for like new fucking numbers on the players, that's irritating. It's just
they would make a loyal fan base from doing that as well.
And maybe
there's a chance of making more money from them doing something like that.
Yeah, and they don't care about that right now.
Because fans could just drop off every year.
It's like our side chick. All right, so let's because we're burning a lot of time. So I'm gonna jump real fast. I just wanted to mention RuneScape on Steam. It's doing pretty well. It's got very positive, almost 6,000 reviews. It's been out for about a month. RuneScape. I grew up playing RuneScape. At school, go to the media center and check out a book, sneak on the computer, play some RuneScape before they had the proxies and shit. So I think it's really cool that a game like this that's been going on for ever. I don't know when RuneScape, probably like around WoW, I would imagine, maybe before. And
04, 05?
Yeah, I think so. 2001. Since 2001. Almost two decades. Crazy. 2 decades. This game is still going. And it looks like that, like we talked about, passion and confidence. Like, they have a team that is still putting out content, still making things, still improving upon it. And like this has come a long way because when I used to play it in the browser, I mean you could barely fucking see what your dude was. It was just a one color block. And now it's like it actually looks like players and you can tell that this guy has a beard. It's just
Is this is a MMORPG?
yeah.
Yeah. So did they release the full version, or is this like in some kind of beta or something?
No, I think this is good to go.
This is it.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've been playing this for a while.
Not recently. I downloaded
okay.
it because I was excited. But
All right.
as a kid, like this was like before COD, this was before 360 came out. Like if you didn't play RuneScape, you were weird.
Yeah, I was weird. I didn't play it a ton. I played the okay. So I played the original. I always got them confused because there used to be this other game called Rune. I don't know if you guys ever heard of it. It was like an action kind of game. Came out around the same time, 2000, 2001. Yeah, I think that's it. I believe that's it. It was like a hack and slash kind of action game. It was awesome. I love that game. And every time I heard RuneScape, it always brought me back to Rune, and I was just always kind of confused. Yeah, this is it right here. I love Rune. It was awesome. This is old school stuff right here. Yeah, Rune Classic. So it always brought me back to Rune. So it always kind of confused me because the name's so similar. You know, it came out the same year. This is so confusing, guys.
I was too young to play any of these.
RuneScape's better.
I was 4 years old.
You're 4 years old.
What?
Yeah.
Stop it.
I was 4 years old when that Rune came out.
Yeah, I feel old all of a sudden. I feel very old.
That hurt me.
So
you're like my little brother's age. That's crazy. Oh god, I'm gonna tease you more now. Wow. Okay.
I think I said my age in like the last podcast. Well, like 2 weeks ago.
That was so long ago. We don't listen to you anyway.
Well. Okay.
I'm
So
just the mumbling news guy in the corner.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're like 24.
22.
You're 22.
Yep.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, you're young.
Wow.
I feel old now. Very old.
So
this whole podcast just came to a halt. We're like, wait a second.
Just like all the energy, it's like wow.
Apparently he has all the energy. Anyways, so I just wanted to mention RuneScape. I just think it's really cool. Coming to Steam just seems so obvious.
On mobile for a bit, or is it still on mobile?
Yeah, I think they have a mobile version.
I think I played it on mobile.
Yep. Yeah, they got mobile. They got.
I'm not a massive fan of the massive multiplayer games.
I'm an addict, so.
Like I've tried.
See these bags under these eyes?
Warcraft and just never get into it.
This is WoW, EQ, depression.
I think we had this conversation just like 2-3 weeks ago about WoW. Did we?
Yeah.
What was it? Was it on the stream?
It was.
And
I don't know.
We were comparing it to like drug addiction.
Yeah.
And alcoholism and whatnot.
Yeah, we had like a mini intervention, and I felt really shitty about myself. It was awesome. Anyways.
But I'll just mention this real quick. It has the look of your typical game today. It looks a little bit like a Fortnite or like you know, like it has that look. Yeah,
Xbox game. That Sea of Thieves game.
Right. So it has that look to draw new players in, which I think is good. I'm
look at that. That was back in the day, son. Look at that.
So it came out in 1998. Damn.
I guess this is what I remember. Look at that.
I was just born then.
Look at that fight. Look at that fight. That is intense.
Look at all this shit they got. They need to pick up all those arrows and coins. Look at that. Look at that.
I can't even make out what some of the stuff is on the screen here. The quality isn't super. I'm trying though.
Man. Oh, look at that inventory system.
I honestly don't even know what's going on. You show this to like a young player, they're like, what is happening?
Look at this. From 2008 to
That's 2008?
to 2000.
Yeah, it looks like 1988.
Okay.
But they brought out different ones.
It's amazing.
Or just the same game?
It's just the same game. I don't.
Oh, it's the same game.
Yeah.
It's got numbers on it.
But then to now, I mean, that looks like a Diablo or a Torchlight or something like that view, and I don't know.
Yep.
All this crazy. Like, maybe I shouldn't jump into it because look at all this crazy shit down there. That looks insane.
What is going on? I'm about to have an epileptic fit.
This is OG right there. Look at that RuneScape classic.
I like that duel they're having there. They're just one guy sitting another guy with a stick, the other guy is karate chopping him over and over again. Who's gonna win?
Good
Who's
old
gonna win?
RNG.
Who's gonna? I think the guy with the stick is gonna win.
I don't know. He's closing the gap. Oh.
But
Look at all these fucking people. Like, oh my god.
But it looks so old school though. Like you look at these videos, 2004. It looks older than that.
Well, and this was all browser based. There was
right.
There was no
That's
download. Yeah.
Yeah, it just looks way older than that.
I can't believe how it looks now. That's insane.
It looks good now.
Anyways, so yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Let's get to the other pressing matter here.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about next gen. So maybe we'll just cut the videos in two and just put the next gen stuff separate or something. Whatever you guys want. All right, so here we go. So I got the Xbox Series X. This is really, really... Whoa, what's going on?
I didn't do that.
I just disappeared.
Hold on. Oh,
It's
my...
okay.
Oh, no. Podcast down.
It's okay. You can just, like, chop it up or something.
Yeah, it's not live, is it? So we can edit it.
There we go. Okay.
All right. Okay, so I let's do this one more time. So I got the Xbox
Take two.
Series X right here. Oh, that was really close. So here we go. So this is a really, really...
I thought it has Halo on it and it didn't release.
Who's the guy?
I know, right? This is fake advertising. You could sue Microsoft for this. This is fake advertising. They're like, here's Halo, but you don't get to play it. It looks good. It looks good, doesn't it?
Because that was like the big thing you could have played on the day one.
You know what's funny?
What's that?
You know what's funny is the box looks really big, but what the viewers don't know is your head's just really small.
Let's put it next to my head.
That's enormous.
It is pretty huge, but check this out. So I'm not going to open the Xbox Series X today because, like I said before, we're thinking of giving this baby away as a giveaway. But check this out. Now, this is what I'm going to be opening right now.
It's insane.
So this is the PS5 right here. So this is crazy. So I'm just going to... Well, I wanted to put them side by side, but I don't think they're going to fit in the camera here. So this is clearly much bigger than the Xbox Series X. Now, the Xbox Series X is a little wider, but I'm just going to put it down here. But the PS5, so I'm just going to put it next to my head, just like I did before. You see, I have to back up just to get it in the shot.
That's insane.
It is huge, guys. It is absolutely insanely big. Now, I don't know if the console itself is going to be as big as that, but the box is insanely big. So I'm just going to open it up. Now, did you guys get the PS5? I think Reese, you ordered the PS5, didn't you?
Yeah, mine's coming on the 19th. UK.
Oh yeah, because you're in the UK.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're in the UK. I'm just gonna take this out.
So I'm just seeing loads of like pictures of the Mars Morales and Demon's Souls game I want to play, and I just can't play it.
All right, let's open. I'm actually really excited for this, guys. I've been waiting for the PS5. I just think it's a gorgeous console. So I want to see it in person. So it's just, I'm afraid that stuff is gonna drop. So I'm just gonna take out this stuff. Sorry if I'm a little clumsy. It is just ginormous, guys. So I'm just gonna take out all the stuff. Everything's falling here. All right. Just gonna put it on the ground. So you guys are looking forward to Demon's Souls.
That, and apparently nobody else agrees, but I want to play Godfall.
The reviews for Godfalls came out.
I haven't read any of them.
See, it's mixed.
Ooh, I like that controller. That does look a little bit thicker. It
is.
Yeah.
It's a bit bigger than the other one.
It definitely is.
The Xbox One is just nearly exactly the same. It's got a bit more texture at the back, and that's it.
The main difference with the controller, guys, is it's a little thicker. It actually feels quite more solid in your hand compared to the PS4 controller. You have these things here at the bottom. I don't know if you can see that. I don't think you had this kind of style. I don't know if that does anything, but let's just.
I don't think so. No.
This is a lot more rounder.
Yeah, it's a lot more rounder on the edges, and I don't know. This is kind of similar. It just stands out a little more. The kind of like trackpad, touchpad kind of thing. And you just have the white and the black, but it's definitely a little thicker. It feels really solid in your hand.
Real fast.
Overall, I like it.
The most common complaint for Godfall is dungeon crawling and repetitive missions. So it's like every other action RPG. I'll probably still try it.
It doesn't look too bad. I thought it was going to be worse than it was. They mentioned like it being kind of grindy.
Yeah, that's what this
says. But it's what it was going to be like anyway. So I don't see that complaint being that much of a difference.
Is that the stand?
I think so. I'm not sure, guys. It's just sitting there all by itself. I was thinking if this is
like the hook thing. Is that for the controller?
I don't know, guys. I don't. Can we put the controller?
Mine's going flat, so I don't know what's that going to be for.
You know, I sometimes I
people are yelling.
It takes me a while to figure things out. I can't see how this would be for a controller, but maybe.
I think it's you slide the console on there and it's like helps it stand up maybe.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figure because I can't really see how the controller would slide on there. The lens. All right, here we go. Here it comes.
Godfall is only available on the Epic Store or Epic Games Store. That's kind of lame.
Why is that lame?
Good lord. It's like the size of
This is awkward as hell, guys. It is just really awkward.
Nothing. I just like Steam. I'm just a stickler. It's like the size of a suitcase.
Oh my god.
Is it heavy?
It is heavy as hell. So here we go. Definitely very heavy. Now it's not quite as big as the box would let you believe, because they put the controller at the top, so it takes up about this much of the box. But it is still pretty freaking huge. I don't actually know how I'm going to put this on my desk here. Might have to buy an extra desk.
Look how thick it is.
So this is it, guys. This is it. So let's just take a look at it. Wow. The PS5. It's and you
With
can
the
see all the
disc tray.
curves. See all the curves. Definitely a curvy kind of console.
So
You can't see
fucking curvy and thick. Oh my god.
right? That's what I'm talking about.
That square looking Xbox got nothing on these curves.
So you can
Can't
just
wait
see
to-
here.
Can't wait to just plow my disc into that. Is that just one USB or is there?
So it looks like there's one regular USB, and then you have a USB-C, I believe. So just one USB, unless there's another one in the. Oh, there's a few in the back here.
Okay. I was like, one USB.
So here's the back. So we got the power. Then we got. Sorry if it's not in focus. I don't know how to get this in focus.
No, it looks alright.
So we got the power, and then we got an HDMI port. Wait, I'm actually in the wrong side. So power, HDMI. Then we got this is the Ethernet, and then we got two USB. I'm assuming these would be USB 3. And then we have a thing. I think this is to like lock it or something. And on the sides,
What?
I don't think we got much. Just more vents. And then over here, nothing.
And just so everybody knows, you're not supposed to lock this in a box.
Yeah, I think we had this conversation last week, didn't we?
Yeah.
If you lock it in a box, it overheats. But I kind of already knew that though. But yeah, just in case, just in case you're out there and you're wondering, should I put this in a box? Yeah, don't. But you can see this is legit the size of my computer. Look, I can show you my computer here.
That's
Let me
huge.
I'm gonna unclip this. So you can see here, that's my computer right there. Sorry if it's a little messy. But if I put this
Wow.
if I put this next to it, just like that. So this is the PS5. And that's my computer. It is the same size, guys. It's the same size. Like, okay, computer is a little thicker, but it's the same size.
But it
This is
doesn't
not
have
a-
the curves.
It does not have the curves. My computer actually looks like an Xbox Series X. All right. So there goes the unboxing. So yeah, I'm gonna set this up. But as you can see, guys, this is a second computer. So if you're gonna stream, if you're gonna put it on your desk, you need to have a decent amount of room. You can't just like for my PS4. Normally, when I put it here, it's not here right now. But when I put it here, I just slip it under my screen, right? Because you have like that much room, and
That's
it just
how mine
goes.
is.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You can't do that with this. Not on this screen. I don't think I'll be able to do that. It's just too freaking huge. So gonna have to clear up some space here. But still, it's a really good looking console. It's just it's just huge. But I'm actually really excited to try it out. So
So does that disc that you pulled out first, does that slide onto there somewhere?
the disc.
The plastic thing you pulled out first? It was like circular with
Oh, yeah. Let's try that out. Okay, so like I said, guys, I'm usually slow, but I believe that I can kind of see.
Now we get to watch him scratch up his PS5.
I know. I'm trying to do this because we're doing this live, right? But I'm afraid I'm gonna screw something up. Now, of course, normally I would read the instructions for that.
That's weird. What the hell is that?
I can't really. I'm sorry, guys. I think I'm just too stupid for this. I can't figure it out. It's gonna take me a while to figure it out. This thing is just too curvy, right?
Oh my
So usually
God.
when you slide something, you're like, okay, you know right away where it goes. But the PS5 is just it's curvy as hell.
That's so curvy.
So there we go, guys. PS5, awesome.
I like how it looks though. It looks really slick, and I like the disc tray.
It looks
Yeah.
nice and futuristic, right?
It does.
And it feels really solid. You know, like you can think that some of the edges, because you can see that the edges are kind of sticking out a little, so you can kind of hit them or something. But it feels pretty solid to me, I gotta say. All in all, now I don't think that you want to hit the edges. They really do stick out a little too much.
It's
You
weird
know,
that
like
they don't curve with the interior of it.
yeah, I could definitely see that being a weakness of the design, especially like people kind of like like they might carry these around and the edges might get stuck and they will crack. I have no doubt about it that people will crack the edges because it's you just got too many loose ends like on this console. You can see it all around though.
Yeah.
Like you see like there's just like a lot of loose ends that people can get caught or can hit by accident or whatnot. It's definitely a weird design. I'm not used to seeing a console quite made like this, and I don't know if the like these loose ends are by design or if they have a certain function, or if it's just aesthetics. I'm really not sure. Aesthetics, it looks good, but like I said, people if they carry these around and stuff, or I don't know, just in general, I feel like this right here is going to be a big weakness in terms of people hitting and cracking it.
You could knock a fridge over on a 64 and it'd be fine. That looks like if
Yeah,
you roll on it too hard, it'll crack.
yeah, it will, and you can feel like if you feel the plastic right here,
We can see it
you
kind of
can,
moving with your fingers.
right. So look,
Yeah, right. Yeah, that makes me nervous.
you see that? But if you go right here, you don't feel that flex.
Yeah, it's just
It
those
feels
tips.
it feels solid as hell, but definitely on the edge.
Yeah, that's odd. That's a lot too. I don't know. And that's just a
And I
little.
know people are gonna think that I'm nitpicking, but these are all things to
That's
really
that's
take into consideration.
yeah. It's just odd that it hangs out like that.
It really is. It really is. Like I said, I don't know if it's just for style or if it has a function in terms of the cooling aspect. I have no idea. So I'm just gonna put it on the side over here, guys. There we go.
Ouch.
So that's it. Now I'm gonna have to figure what this does later. It's gonna take me all day.
Right on. So what's the first game you're gonna play on it?
So I'm actually I think I'm gonna buy Call of Duty Cold War. That's that I think is the first game I'm gonna play on it. I've been neglecting my PS4 because I've just been hyped up about getting my PS5 and stuff. And right now I have a 4K screen here, so I'm kind of excited to try it out, just see how much better it looks than the PS4. So I think I'm gonna go with Call of Duty, Cold War first. Maybe Godfall, but I don't know. I know you guys were talking about earlier. It's not something I feel the necessity to play like right away. So I'm more interested to see how some of the older PS4 titles are going to work and are going to look on the PS5 actually right now. That's really what I'm most excited for. So I don't know like if some or all have been updated to 4. I guess they have, right? So if I want to play Red Dead Redemption, I guess it should be available in 4K because it was available on the PS4 Pro.
I'm not sure how that's gonna work.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm gonna try it out.
It'll be
Went out the
interesting.
way to say about some games that have had an upgrade, but I don't know about
I don't.
like third-party games. I don't know. Have a clue about them.
Huh.
Like the PS4, like studio games, like Ghost of Tsushima and the Zombie Days Gone. They went out the way to say like that's getting a graphic upgrade, and then everything upgraded. But I haven't heard anything about other ones really.
Right.
I
So
would have thought we would have heard by now.
So it's most likely the newer games that are going to be upgraded and kind of ready to roll on the PS5. Ghost of Tsushima and some of the other.
I just like
Maybe Madden. Maybe
they just haven't announced it. It might have just.
There's no upgrade in Madden. They haven't upgraded graphics in 8 years, so I wouldn't worry about it.
8 years. I'll be going back to the PS3. So you're saying
right?
You're saying Madden has PS3 level graphics?
Oh, definitely. They have the. I was just looking. I don't really have anything. That's just the. I was gonna find like a little picture or something because all the, especially the stands, the people in the stands have been the same since 2000. Probably since 1998. Like it's just.
Yeah, it's just like cardboards. You know.
I look better than the cardboard, and that's saying something. It's just like, how hard would it be to just add like, whoa, you know, have the fans do something? I don't know. And even all the guys on the sideline, like if you're on the field, it has their names, has their numbers. You look on the sideline, it's just a bunch of like this is your team. All of a sudden, it's just gone, and it's like just a colored jersey. How? Let's just talk about something else.
You're to blame, Jeff. You're to blame. Yeah. So look. That's it for me. I mean, I just wanted to do this unboxing. Live.
Because on this, like all of this plastic is smooth. This doesn't really have a lot of texture on it. Does it feel different?
So the plastic on this controller, it feels a little harder than the plastic on the PS4 controller.
Fucking hard right now.
So yeah, it feels harder. But so on the side, so here, I don't know if you guys will see, this is like a hard but smooth plastic. So your hand can slip a little bit on this side. The kind of face side.
Right. So like
right?
this red side, it's like smooth and
yeah. But on the back side, it's a little grainy, so you can feel it's a little gray. It has a little bit more texture, so your hand doesn't slip. I forget if the PS4 is quite like that, but this in general, the plastic just feels a little more solid than the plastic on the PS4 controller to me.
Does it feel heavier?
Slightly, I would say slightly. The PS4 controller feels really hollow normally. Like it feels like you're holding something that's just very, very, very light, doesn't it?
Yeah, this is light as hell. And if you shake it, it makes noise.
Yeah, this one doesn't.
This one's probably broke.
I'm not sure if it is, but if I had to bet money, I'll bet money that this is at least a little bit heavier than the PS4 controller. But I gotta say, I don't mind it because when I hold something in my hand, I like to feel like I have something solid, you know?
Yeah, you do.
Shut up, Jeff. I'm trying to give a proper opinion of the PS5 here. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, go ahead.
Okay, I forgot what I was going to say.
How solid it is in your hand. Go on, tell us.
Well, it feels pretty damn solid, and I like that. I'm sorry if you have a problem with that, but I really like the.
I mean, nobody wants to hold anything that's limp.
It feels solid and thick, and
God, yes. Goes with that thick fucking curvy console. Ugh. So,
yeah,
and on the controller, is it it's the USB-C on this side? Well, I just lost sound and everything. What the hell? That was weird.
So, can you guys see it?
I unplugged my controller and my audio went out. I can hear you.
But can everyone still? Oh, you hear me? Okay. So yeah, you can see that it's a USB-C.
Okay.
You can see it right there. And on the bottom, it's very similar to the PS4 controller. It just had I believe that's a 3.5 headphone jack.
What about the mic or whatever right here? Does this?
So there you go. There's the mic. You still got it. It's like a mic, or is it more like a speaker?
Well, this one's a speaker, but that one has a microphone on it now.
Yeah, right. So, okay. So here's the mic, actually, guys. So
it's on the bottom.
The mic. So, yeah. So you have the speaker, right there, and right here there's a little mic. So let me just put it in the light.
I'm sure it sounds great.
It's right there, you have a button to mute it. I guess this button right here to mute it. I assume it's going to light up once you turn it on. Oh, here we go. I just turned it on. So let's see if it... it doesn't seem to do anything yet.
Probably not connected to anything.
Yeah, that's right. The other thing is the D-pad. I'm not sure, but it feels... I'm not sure if it's that different. Kind of brings me back perhaps to PS1 or PS2 days. I feel like. I'm not sure if it's a little rough, I gotta say.
Ooh.
Not sure if playing Mortal Kombat is going to be quite as smooth here.
Yeah. That's what I was worried about.
No, you weren't.
Looks good though. I like it as overall, except for like those. I mean, there's just like a few nitpicky things like you were talking about, like those corners. I think it could use another couple of USB slots. You never have enough of those.
So I think we got 3 in total. Three USB slots, and I think 1 USB-C, if I'm not mistaken.
So like, what bothered me about the PS4 is like I have a USB headset, my external drive, and if I wanted to charge my controller, I'd be kind of SOL. And so
yeah,
I guess there's 1, 2, yeah. But then I think if there is another one, it's on the back, and who's gonna plug your controller or whatever into the back?
I'm not sure. Does the PS4 have a back USB? I forget if it does. I thought it didn't for some reason.
Mine's a shelf. Mine's a shelf right now.
But I mean, the issue for me is sometimes I use a fight stick on my PS4, so one of the USB slots is like always taken. So it's a real pain to charge or do anything. Oh, it does have one?
Yeah, it's got one on the back.
All right, so we got one on the back, but still, it's always like a big pain to.
Yeah, like I was saying, like if I had my headset, I guess you could put like the external one in the back, but I always had my external, my headset, and then when I wanted to charge my controller, I'd have to switch out, and it was just irritating. You can never have enough USBs.
And I don't get why they're so hard to put on. They shouldn't be that hard to put like 4 or 5 USB sets. And I mean 3 on a next gen console. It's probably not enough.
No, I have 12 on my PC, and almost all of them are used.
Well, yeah, there you go. Right. That's kind of what I'm talking about. And if we're gonna start using, let's say, mouse and keyboard on the PS5, it's going to take up 2 of those USB slot, so it's a little weird, right? And I feel like you know, like keyboard and mouse is going to be perhaps more of a thing this gen. We'll see. I'm not sure. We'll see. Really? But I feel like it's going to be more of a thing. You know, like we have the processing power to play all these shooters with very good graphics and whatnot. So why not? No, but I'm just saying. So let's say you charge your controller, right? You have your plug for your controller, then you have your mouse and you have your keyboard. All your plugs are taken. You have no more room.
Goodbye to your headset. No external drive. No flash drive.
Yeah, it's weird.
No charging your phone.
It's the storage what it has. What surprised me. I think it's like 800 and something.
And
Yeah,
I
it's
don't think,
812,
and I don't think,
825.
I don't think you can use an external drive with the PS5 yet.
No, not yet. Not a launch.
Oh, really? Because it requires a specific kind, right? If I remember correctly.
SSD.
It has to be like mega fast, right? It's just
solid
it's
state
not
drive.
Well, at
solid
least you
state
can
drive.
download like 3 games, so that'll be cool.
And Xbox have partnered with Seagate, making memory cards.
Yeah,
What?
Seagate is known as the shittiest hard drive company out there. So, I mean, maybe things have changed, but like, just like a few years ago, you bought a Seagate drive and it was known to die on you. And I mean, like I said, maybe things have changed because I've had Western Digital drives and other drives die on me, but Seagate didn't always have the best reputation. That's all I got to say about that.
Okay, Forrest.
So
that's all I got to say about that.
So, is there anything else we should talk about this, or we're just gonna do the unboxing and then?
Yeah, I mean, there hasn't been a lot of news. I mean, the consoles have kind of taken over the news stories for the last couple of weeks. There's been a couple of things here and there, nothing big, like the AEW thing, but nothing that really stands out. I think, all the games that we were gonna see have already been announced. What the hell are you doing?
It smells. I like the smell of new stuff.
Cyberpunk have got another
Chinese
one of
factories.
their Wired events next week.
Next week?
Yeah.
That'll be good to talk about then.
Yeah. They're going to have Keanu Reeves in it.
Oh, nice.
I just wrote an article on it.
He's just lovely.
They must be using it as just to get good PR again because everyone hates him at the minute.
Everybody, we need Keanu!
It seems to bring him in every time they need something.
We have shed the bed again. Keanu, come on, save us.
We need you to go tell them about the delay.
We're
delaying it till 2021. Who's gonna say it? Imagine if he said that in the first lines of. They've had 5 events now.
I hope they don't do that to him. That would just be a complete dick move on their part.
I don't really care about much about the game, but I'd watch that just because it would be so funny.
It would be hilarious. It would be really, really funny. I was trying to think of
some people would find it funny.
I'd be laughing.
Well, I just if they do that, I hope that they pay him enough to be like the sacrificial lamb to go out there and.
I don't think it would affect him that much.
No, it's not going to affect him. Of course not. No one really cares. But I mean, still, it's kind of embarrassing for the company to even pull a stunt like that.
If it gets delayed again, it should have been delayed until next year in April.
Well, it's just if they delay it again, it's why didn't you just delay it in the first place until next year?
They've lost 25% of their stock and so on as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was last week.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I think it was 25%. Yeah, 20. It was something pretty big of their stock from maybe straight after the last delay what came out. And it's if they delayed it until say January at the first delay, they would have saved money.
Remember when they were what were they worth? They were worth $13 billion or something last time we looked. I don't care. Screw their stocks.
Well, yeah, but they're worth that because of the stock valuation. So if the stock went down 25%, so let's say they were worth 10 billion before, well now they went down to 7.5. That's because a lot of these valuations they're based on what people perceive the value of the company if they were to buy it right now. But of course that doesn't happen. So in a case like this, the valuation can go up or it can go down significantly. So
Yeah.
I just think that they have to send proper signals. Like games have become so big now that it's almost like investing in something, right? Like, like a big new game coming out. Like there are so many eyeballs on it, so many people wanting to know about it to see how well it's going to do. That
Most
it's
of the
almost
developers
like
didn't even know it was going to be delayed. They got told the same time we knew. And I read a tweet today. Someone tweeted them saying, "Oh, I've booked this week off. What was the original date it was going to come out?" And they said it's definitely confirmed to come out. Like Cyberpunk Twitter account actually commented on theirs, and then like a couple of hours later, it got delayed. It's ridiculous.
I'd be so
Yeah,
pissed.
But like
Especially,
no one really knew that it was going to get delayed except the higher ups, even the people working on it.
and especially if you have like a corporate job and you have to request this time off, like that's a big fucking deal. You have to jump
Well,
through
a
a
lot
lot
of
of
people
hoops.
have to do that.
Yeah, like that's a lot of work to. You have to apply and send your little papers in, and then somebody else has to approve your time off, and then you finally get it, and then you're just sitting at home with no new. Oh, I'd be pissed.
So I mean, I booked time off when God of War came out, and if that got delayed and I book a holiday off, would have been well annoyed.
Yeah, that would have. I'd be pissed.
that's funny. Look, they got to get their crap together. That's they're honestly they're confusing me, and I'm pretty lax on them, but I don't know what's going on with them anymore. I'm just confused.
You just get a PC.
Usually after Gold, I think usually when they announce Gold, they have like 2 months usually before it comes out.
And I
I
feel like
remember
we had
that
this.
with a couple of games. Yeah, we did speak about it before, but I've looked into it yesterday, and it's usually when a game announces Gold, they have like 2 months to like clean everything up.
Yeah, we had this conversation right just a few weeks ago about it reaching gold status. I don't remember exactly when, but we had it. So it seems to kind of fit into that timeline of 2 months very, very well. So look, we'll see. The one thing we do know, whether it releases now or it gets delayed, whatever, the game will have probably a lot of bugs and it probably won't be ready until next year, no matter when it releases anyways, most likely.
Yeah,
At least that's.
I don't see it releasing this year at all. It'll be next year.
I just can't see it delaying again. I just think it would be. Even if it's broken, release it.
I have a feeling.
Just release it and then fix it like
I
within the month or something.
I agree with Jeff, but I also agree with Reese, and I feel like at this point
You have to pick.
they might as. Yeah, well, I think like they might as well just release it, just because I feel like the negative publicity from another delay it's going to completely kill off like any hopes anyone had of this game. It's I don't think they want that, right? They still want to play off on some of that hype, some of that excitement. They delay it, and they're also not going to take advantage of. Obviously, they want to release it in December, because they want to take advantage of that kind of holiday rush, right? People are going to be home. People are already home. It's a different kind of year. But like holiday rush is really big for video games, right? This is why we have the PS5. We got the Xbox Series X right now. That's why they want to release it. They want to bank on that boom during the holiday season. So it's something they won't be able to do if they release it next year. And on top of that, it's going to. A lot of people are just going to say, "Fuck this game." Like I've had it, whatever. There's other games. They're going to take it off their radar, and so I think at this point you're better off just to bite the bullet and release something that's pretty bad, and just promise people that you're gonna do it better next year, or as soon as possible, or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah,
that's my position.
But they're losing money if they don't. Probably the shares will go down even more.
That's exactly right. That's because of the negative perception of the company, and like the more you delay something, the more the negativity builds. Kind of like the more people are like, "Why are they delaying it? What's going on with this company?" Is something going on that we don't know about? It's not just the gamers. It's just the whole market as a whole reacts to this. You know, it's negative news. People are going to react to it negatively. So it's definitely going to affect the shares of the company for sure. So I don't think they have a choice at this point.
Yeah. James, what do you think?
Yeah, James wasn't here today. I don't know. I don't know where he's at, but it's all good. Maybe he got his PS5.
he's playing Assassin's Creed right now.
So yeah, so I think that's gonna do it, guys. Do we have any other topics we want to bring up, or?
I don't.
Some Stadia news, but it's nothing. They're giving away Google Stadia for YouTube Premium subscribers.
Oh, that's interesting.
But I read into it and I still don't really understand like why or how they're doing it, kind of thing. Because it's like 90 quid to get a Google Stadia.
And what do you mean giving it away?
Like they're just giving it away.
But isn't Google Stadia just like a platform?
Like, when if you buy the dongle and the remote, it costs like $99 in America.
I see.
I'm not sure. Can you just go on like and just play it on your computer?
I think so. I think you just open up a browser and.
So why would they be giving away the thing for close to 100 quid?
Plug into your TV and stream that way, maybe.
Yeah, it's just weird. It seems like they're just trying to grasp for new players to buy new games.
Oh yeah.
Seems very weird.
Can you play Google Stadia through just like an app, or no?
I don't think so.
No way. Okay, so you do need the dongle.
So if you're on Xbox or PlayStation, Xbox and PlayStation don't have the Stadia app?
No.
They were. I don't think they put it on.
No. I'm not sure. I mean, like, if you had a computer, you could just say go on the Google Stadia and play a game on there.
I'm pretty sure.
Can you?
You're gonna hold on.
Sure.
I mean, you're gonna see my D&D map here real fast. I think. Yep, there we go. Okay, move that over. Hopefully, my players don't see that. Google Stadia. I'm pretty sure you can just go to the website, subscribe, click to play, and you can just. I don't even think you have to download anything, do you?
I don't know. I always thought it was a dongle and a controller.
Yeah. So what's the point in the dongle then?
So you can play on your
TV.
Oh. So you just pay £100 so you can just play on a TV.
Yeah, it's like buying a console, kind of.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing because you know it can definitely people can start playing it more.
Yeah, you can.
But it's not like a huge giveaway. It's not like they're giving away a PS5 or anything either. You know.
I don't know how you qualify for it either. You if you're on YouTube, you can apply to get it. I don't know how you qualify for it.
Because it might also depend on your membership, right? Like if you have you're just subscribed to YouTube Premium for 1 month, I don't know that they want to give it to you.
Yeah, you might have to do it like you might have been subscribed for a year or something, so you'd be eligible for
like that.
Yeah, this says you can play instantly. You choose the screen where you want. Okay, so play on compatible laptops, desktops, phones, and tablets, and play on TV with Stadia Premier Edition available. Stadia controller and Google Chromecast Ultra is what you need to play on your. You don't need any special hardware, just the screens and controllers you have. You can purchase a great variety. So I think you only need the dongle for TV because laptops, desktops, and phones you can play on.
I'm gonna go see if I can download the app. Well, I assume you can. I assume you're right. So if I just go to Play Store, Stadia.
I was gonna try now, but it wanted me to make an account. Nice try, Stadia. Never gonna get it. Never gonna get it. And then they have Stadia Pro. access to free games instantly with more added every month, exclusive discounts, playing up to 4K.
How have they put so much time into marketing this, but it doesn't make any sense half the stuff you read? It's like they put it everywhere now. It's all over YouTube. It's everywhere on TV. It's everywhere. They even partnered with Ubisoft to start promoting it even more. But you read up about it, and it's so confusing. With Game Pass, you buy Game Pass and you play the games.
Yeah.
But this, it's you can have Stadia Base, Stadia Pro, controller, the controller, and then you can play free games, but not all of them are free.
Yeah, so like it says all you need is a computer, keyboard, and mouse to start playing. Many of your favorite controllers and gamepads are compatible with Stadia on computers, Android devices via a USB cable or Bluetooth. You can play Stadia on your computer using the latest Chrome browser, your compatible Android phone or tablet using the Stadia app, or your TV using a Chromecast Ultra and the Stadia controller.
They need some better advertisements.
An internet connection speed of 10 megabits per second or greater is recommended.
Their advertisements just shout Stadia at you. They don't actually say anything about it.
So, yeah, so you don't really need the dongle or the controller. So it's good. It's good to have, I guess, but you don't need it. You can just play Stadia without it. So,
if you're not bothered about playing games, wouldn't you have a console?
Yeah, that's true too.
Maybe,
anyways, look,
maybe you don't
Stadia has.
I just looked.
I just looked, guys. Stadia has 1 million downloads on the Android Play Store, and I would say that's not a lot. It's not a ton of downloads.
It's been out for more than a year now, isn't it?
It's been out for like 2-3 years or so. And that's definitely not a ton. By comparison, the PSN network has 50 million downloads. So the PlayStation app has 50 times more downloads than the Google Stadia. And you don't even need the app, right? It's just people just download it for fun, just whatever. It's not like something you absolutely need. Whereas the Stadia app, I guess you could play through the app. I guess.
It's been around for less than a year.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. I thought it was for... Okay.
6 months or 6 days away from a year.
All right.
Just weird
they got to do what they got to do.
One as well. Like,
right.
Copy of it kind of thing.
They got to do what they got to do. I don't blame them for it, but like I said, it's not a crazy huge giveaway either.
Yeah, I'm not sold.
It's just a weird thing.
You know, the one thing I'll just say this, and and then we can probably just leave it here. But the one thing I'll say is, there hasn't been a ton of Nintendo news, and I feel like it's probably time for Nintendo to do a little something. So we got these new gen consoles now. We got the Sony PS5, and we got the XSX. Because I hate saying Xbox Series X. That is just a nasty, nasty mouthful to say. So XSX. I kind of like that. XSX.
What about nasty mouthfuls?
It'd be the Game Awards, the next big announcements, probably.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Indie Gamer made Game Awards January 8th.
I think there's a couple of rumors pointing towards that. And they've had their last Direct, like, 3 weeks ago now, Nintendo.
Right. I feel like we need Super Metro, well, not Super, but just Metro. We need something on the Nintendo. We need something to create hype. I know right now Nintendo is advertising a ton on TV. I don't know if you guys noticed it in the UK, the US, but here they're advertising a ton because they know that right now all the hype is going to Xbox and to Sony. So they're trying to steal that hype, which I find interesting. They're advertising, games and just like regular advertising, but they're not showing anything new per se. And so, I feel like the Switch has been around, 4 years or so by now? and I feel like it's time that we get a little something. But we'll see what Nintendo does. But they definitely have to amp things up.
Time to bring out like a big game now, because they lose a lot of players because of the two consoles.
You think they're going to lose a lot of players?
No, if they did say announce a big game now, I think they would lose a lot of sales because people would be buying the new consoles instead.
Yeah, true.
But they have got a Zelda game coming out this month.
The Zelda or the Hyrule game?
The Zelda Hyrule, that's still coming out this month.
Right. Yeah,
so that's their last big game of the year, and then they got that Mario in February, I think, the 3D World. But I reckon they'll have a couple of announcements in the Game Awards, even though it'll most likely be focused on the next gen.
Yeah, I hope. Like I said, I hope there's a Metroid or something. I mean, the Hyrule Heroes, I think that's the game, or I forget if that's what it's called. Seems like a big deal, but I don't know if it's a big enough deal to take away some of that hype from.
The views are showing it seems quite good.
Yeah, for sure.
The demo, it was okay, just another Warriors game, really.
I mean, like, I know the game's gonna do well, in general, but for me personally, it feels more like a game that Nintendo is using. They're using the Zelda Breath of the Wild engine to just kind of milk it a little bit for some extra life. That's what it feels like to me.
Zelda anniversary next year, so we could have, say, the second Breath of the Wild, and then like a trilogy, like All-Star trilogy, and then they have Metroid, what might be coming out next year, and they've been hiring like the God of War and GTA developers for that, and they have Bayonetta 3 and No More Heroes 3 as well. So there's a lot what could come out.
There hasn't been a Metroid announcement, has there? Did I miss that?
They've been like hiring.
So these are rumors.
They've hired like God of War level designer, and I think someone from the GTA team as well.
But you're saying that they hire these people for the Metroid game?
Yeah.
Is this a fact or is this a rumor?
Oh, it's a fact. They've like confirmed like a new game's coming. Metroid and they've just started hiring like big people for it. Like they've hired a producer not long ago, and it's like if it was coming out soon, they wouldn't be hiring big, massive like people in the roles at this point. And they've just moved studio as well. They've got a new studio.
So we're probably looking at 2 years for a Metroid.
Yeah, I think they might release a trilogy before then on Switch.
That would make sense for sure.
If room, like, just for that to kind of keep the fan base happy, kind of thing.
Yeah, and also to create some buzz for the new game. Which did they do that with Zelda? No, I forget. But I know they did. They do. Nintendo does a lot of those type of moves. They release a remake or a remaster or a trilogy, and then they release like a new game. It's a smart strategy overall. Creates nice buzz.
They run out of Wii U ports to like surprise people with, and they're struggling a bit. It's been a weird year for Nintendo, like.
Yeah, I think they should do a Super Metroid remake or remaster. That would be cool. But that's just me. But I think that would be awesome. I'd love to see it. But anyway, that's just my opinion. All right. So I think that's going to do it for today, guys.
Time for a nap.
Yeah, so I think that's gonna do it for today. So, look, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If anybody's still watching, we did the unveil, not the unveil, the unboxing. It's not an unveil. What am I saying? The unboxing of the PS5. It's a massive, massive console. I put it next to my computer. It's basically more or less the same size as my computer. So it's gonna be after we finish this video. I'm gonna have to find some room for it on my desk here. It's not going to be easy, but it looks good. It looks solid overall. The controller looks nice. So I'm pretty excited to try this out right after I finish this video. So that's going to do it for us today, guys. Please don't forget to subscribe somewhere down below. All right. We'll see you guys.
All right.